The Corsmed MRI Simulator is a safe space to build your confidence in MRI scanning. You can practice as much as you want without pressure from patients, time constraints, or clinical schedules. The simulator lets you scan any anatomy with nearly any hardware setup and work exactly like you would on a real scanner. Let me demonstrate with a quick knee scan. I'll use the localizers to find the position I want to scan from. Next, I'll add my pulse sequences. I can either use a full protocol, a part of a protocol, or use a raw sequence and design everything from scratch. Let's pick a standard turbo spin echo. I will set the field of view to 150 by 150 millimeters, and I'll position the slice like this. We'll use a matrix of 100 by 100, which will be a low resolution scan, and I'll set a short TE and a short TR for a T1 weighted contrast. I'll then save it and click Run. The simulator now creates an image from scratch, just as a real MRI would. Now, I'll clone the sequence we just ran and update the matrix to 200 by 200. In the bottom right corner, we can see the indicators, and here we can see that our matrix and field of view gives us a resolution of 0.75 millimeter pixel size. I'll now save and run. Last, I'll clone again and set the matrix to 300 by 300 and slice thickness to 2.5 millimeters. And again, I'll save and run. Now, let's compare our three images. Notice that the resolution starts out low and then becomes higher as we increase the matrix. And when we decrease the slice thickness, we get less partial volume effects, but both changes also create more noise. This is exactly what you'd expect to see on a real scanner. Now, let me show you a T2 weighted contrast. I'll clone the sequence again and change to a long TE and a long TR. Then save and run. Now we have the same image in T2 weighting with all the contrast effects you'd expect. In this case, I ran the sequence with an echo train length of 1. So in real life, this scan would have been several minutes. But on Corsmed, even long scans like this are simulated in just a few seconds. To speed it up, I can clone again and rerun with a higher echo train length. I will set a very high value, like 30, and now the acquisition time is just 35 seconds. With this high ETL, we should watch for increased blurring and lower SNR. As a last example, I'm going to put the scout images back on the viewports again. Then I'll clone the sequence we just ran, but this time I'm going to angle our slices at an absurd oblique angle, something you would never run on a real scanner. What happens if we run this sequence? As you can see, the simulator still produces the image that a real scanner would, with the same oblique angle we would expect. This is what sets Corsmed apart. Other simulators might let you adjust parameters, but can you trust their images? With Corsmed, you get exactly what you are supposed to get. Change any input, hardware, patient anatomy, pathology, slice planning, or sequence parameters, and all those changes show up in the image. You get the right resolution and noise, the right contrast, the right scan time, and the right slice planning. That's why Corsmed makes you better at real-world scanning, because it's exactly like scanning patients on a real scanner. This also includes artifacts: motion, gibs, wraparound, low SNR, chemical shift, and susceptibility. Corsmed simulates them all and many more, and you can trigger each one by adjusting your parameters. Not only is Corsmed's simulator true to life, but it lets you scan whatever you want. You can scan any anatomy, brain, spine, cardiac, all major joints, and more. Select any field strength from 0.25 to 3 Tesla with coil selection optimized for each anatomy. You can pick from 30 different pulse sequences, or start with one of our pre-programmed protocols, like routine brain or lumbar spine. You can angle your slices however you want, with full 3D positioning, and adjust every sequence parameter, from basic geometry to advanced settings like parallel imaging. Whatever you can do on a real scanner, you can also do on Corsmed. Everything is available online through the cloud, so all you need is a computer with an internet connection to use it. For educators, Corsmed also has a full learning management system, including customized content, student analytics, and additional tools like grading, student management, and cohort grouping. It's the full solution you need to bridge the gap between classroom theory and clinical practice. Visit corsmed.com for a free trial and start building your confidence in MRI scanning.